monsters come back. And you're all gonna die.
All the angels take to the street. It's an empty desert.
School is out. Come on.
Hollow voices whisper and cry for the devil.
Hello and welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast, the podcast where three men drink beers and gripe about horror movies.
No matter what you do.
Take a closer look, Charles. I want to make sure I've labeled all my organs correctly.
Just so everyone's aware, there will be spoilers and plenty of nasty, nasty language.
Welcome to New York.
They were supposed to be tough. They were flipping switchblades around, but they looked like smaller than me.
Yeah, they look like you and all emoed out.
Five
Punky.
emo Johns hanging out
It's
with a
like,
blue box.
You're not scaring anybody.
Look at myself. Look at myself. Look at myself.
Hi! Welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast. I'm John,
I'm Cobra.
and this week we're back with another Friday the 13th. The creme de la creme. Jason Takes Manhattan.
A lot of people consider this one to be the worst one.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is
I
either.
know which one I think is. I don't know if you agree with me. I think it's the last one.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah, I think worse.
Yeah, I think I would probably put the new 4, and then 5 would probably be. Although there's some
I
things
like
about 5 I
better than
like.
this. Yeah, this is near the bottom, but it's not the worst.
Jason Goes to Hell I think is worse, just because
No!
I told you earlier.
No!
If it had any other name, there's just not enough Jason in it for me. You get 2 minutes of Kane Hodder.
There's not enough Manhattan in this for me.
Why not?
They don't even. I think they're in Manhattan for a total of 5 minutes in this movie.
Well, he takes it by storm. He throws Ken Kurtzinger, and he knocks some
He's in
dude's
a
head
diner.
off. He gets in a boxing match and one punch knockout.
The original script for this had him going to plays. He went to the Empire State Building. He went to the Statue of Liberty. He went all over the fucking
He
place.
should have been murdering people all over the place.
Yeah, he was supposed to go on when they had like Phantom of the Opera or something. Just all kinds of crazy cool ideas, and instead, he's on a boat. And I always get confused because sometimes I'll be watching Muppets Take Manhattan, and I'm like, why aren't they on a boat? So this movie opens up with shots of everywhere we're gonna go.
I have a Batman symbol. Heck
wrote it
yeah!
down too. Batman sign under that. I'd rather be
Whoop,
watching
whoop.
Batman.
Hey, that's low.
They showed a full barrel with no lid on it of toxic waste, and a rat's crawling out of
Like,
it.
that just happens in New York City.
Sure. This movie's made for kids. It's made for children. It has to be.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came
1
out
year
after
after.
this.
1 year
Did
after.
they steal that?
That's not
Well,
what I'm
that's probably
saying.
the
I'm
idea
saying
was-
there's a rat in toxic waste. They saw the cartoon. They're like, New York City, ooze, sewers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh.
The opening song, though, I liked. It was very 80s.
Yeah, it was, but it was weird. It was like, don't try to fight or something like that and try to survive. It was very strange.
Yeah, and while this 80s song's going on, they show, like, these people injecting Mountain Dew into their veins.
Shooting it into the air.
What is this? Is
I
it the
don't-
new
I don't
cracky
know.
crank cocaine? It
Guess
looks like
it's
Mountain
heroin,
Dew, though.
But I don't know.
I don't know what
It's-
heroin looks like, but is it Mountain Dew colored?
I don't know. It's what movies always portray it as. Everything's green movies. All liquid is green.
It's all bad for you.
Okay, so there's electric at Crystal Lake. Who's paying that bill?
There's just one random boat out in the middle of Camp Crystal Lake.
And let's go over this again, okay? Part 6, there's a campground. Jason is drowned off the dock of the campground. Part 7, the campground is replaced by 2 houses. One of them explodes. Part 8, he's under a dock. Where that dock came from, I don't know.
They rebuilt it again.
And then, again, they rebuilt the dock again, even though he did not have a dock on top of him in Part 7. And now there's a campground there again.
Camp
What?
Crystal Lake goes through some dramatic changes.
They build it and then they're like, all right, everybody out. Nobody lives
Tear
there.
it down!
Build it up, tear it down. So we get another, like, we're on Part 8. We don't need another goddamn refresher. We know what's happening.
They give you so many flashbacks.
But this time it's told really poorly because this guy's like, Jason's mom killed all these people, and he goes, he's getting revenge for his son's death. Whose son? And
He
there's,
misspoke and they didn't cut that.
they just left it.
They
It's
just like-
very blatant. So there are 3,000 volts of electricity under the water. It's a danger, 3,000 volts. And it leads right onto the underneath where Jason's buried, because once again, they did not go down and get the body. It's still down
Why?
there.
These are the worst cops ever.
So the kid on the boat, after telling this stupid story, goes out and drops an anchor. Also, he tells, again, it's a rumor.
Yeah.
Our parents told us about it.
But he has
has not only a mask.
the mask.
The mask!
When he comes back.
It's got a crack in it up where he got hit with an axe. Where did he get this fucking
Maybe
thing?
he knows more than it was just a rumor.
And so knowing that it's not just a rumor, he takes the girl out to the lake. What?
What a terrible decision. You'll pay for that, I'm pretty sure.
See.
Yeah, the anchor hits that electric thing
Uh-huh.
and brings Jason back to the lake.
How does this
Why
girl
is there
know?
electrical wire under the lake though?
I don't. It's
That
like
is-
Jaws 2
That
all
is
over
the worst
again.
place for electrical wires that I feel to be is
You haven't
underwater.
seen Jaws 2, have you?
No.
He kills it by pulling up a power line out of the ocean and holding it out like this with his bare hands, and it bites it. Ridiculous.
Wow.
So
Alright.
Jason looks like absolute shit in this one. He looked great in the other one. In this one, he looks like garbage.
He's like a swampy thing, kind
He's
of
like a sponge.
mishmash of nothing, water and shit.
So he walks in while the two of them are having dry humping or whatever, and he walks in, and I know he's a crack shot because I've seen him in part 3 nail a
He
woman
misses.
in the eye.
From 5 feet away with
like,
a
oh,
harpoon gun.
Oh my goodness.
I think they did it just so they could stick something in the wall.
But the guy, the guy just sits there with this dumbass look on his face. He's not scared or anything. He's like, what? And he gets stabbed, and the blood in this one, by the way, is awful looking. I know that they're using practical effects, but what happened to the good blood? This looks like tomato sauce.
It's not good.
So she goes outside, Susie, goes outside to hide.
Is that her name?
Yeah, I got that,
Wow,
Susie.
that's impressive.
And Jason comes out, and he's... this is a great shot. I'm going to put this up on the site. He's standing on the boat, and there's a flag right in front of him, and I'm like, yeah, Jason is America.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. He's walking around. He's looking for the girl, assuming she's still on the boat, because he has a master's knowledge of boats in this movie. Master's knowledge.
He is a seaman by now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Finds her in the little compartment, and then takes for fucking ever. He just toys with her.
Kind of looking at her.
Why is he doing that?
He likes to have. Kane Hodder likes to have fun
Oh
killing
yeah,
his
he
victims
kills
in
her,
these
and then he
movies.
does like a little neck twitch, like, oh yeah, he's loving it.
That was fun.
And then he must be like, all right, where are we off to? Gets in the boat, turns it on, heads off, pulls up anchor, does everything. Which he couldn't pull up the anchor because
Maybe-
he's stuck to that freaking wire under the
he
water.
probably just jumped out and swam.
No, the boat pulls into the harbor. Remember?
That same boat?
It's got blood in the window. It shows a shot from inside the window.
I didn't know it pulled in the harbor. I wasn't paying that much attention.
And I was like, did he drive that fucking thing? And
Oh, he has
where
to.
is it coming from? It's a lake.
Yeah, Crystal Lake is enormous at
But
times.
it reaches the ocean? Okay, so
Maybe
where-
it's New Jersey. New Jersey.
That's right. It's New Jersey.
We don't know where
So
Crystal
why are
Lake
these
is.
kids going to New York City like it's a big deal? They probably could go to New York every
anytime.
day.
Anytime they want to, they could go there.
And not only that, but it's probably quicker to drive.
Yeah, and it probably is. I don't know the.
And if this girl's afraid of the water, why didn't she drive?
She needed to. Now, who is this lady? Is this her aunt? Is this
It's
her
a teacher. And I don't... McCullough must be her uncle and also another teacher.
He's he's like the big professor, but yeah, he's the uncle. I thought this woman was related, maybe in somehow.
I don't... Because she says you're the best student I ever had. And guess who gets mentioned in this movie? Stephen King. Again. He's back.
He's everywhere.
is this the worst movie that he's ever been mentioned in, or is it Mangler 3?
It's got to be Mangler 3, right?
Oh man. Yeah, they build up that Rennie is this amazing, talented writer. It doesn't lead to anything. It leads to absolutely nothing. One time she's trying to write, and
There's
she
a
gets
pen.
out. Yeah, she uses a pen, stabs Jason in the eye with it. But other than that,
That's it. I think that's the only reason they put that in there, so she could stab him in the eye with the pen. Like, didn't Jamie Lee Curtis, like, stab him with something?
Clothes
Hanger or something. It wasn't in the eye, though, was it?
Yeah, it was in the eye.
Was it?
Which is why we were like, why is his eyes okay? Later on.
And then he got shot.
Then he got shot in the eye.
And he still is okay.
McCullough's pissed off because they're late. The boat's not ready to go yet.
No.
What
We've
the
been
hell
waiting
is
for
he
you.
talking about?
No, you're just a dick. Charles is a dick.
Yeah. And then that's when the boat pulls in. And it's got the blood in it, and the crazy guy on the boat.
Crazy Ralph knockoff.
Sees it, and he's like, oh, no, oh. There's only 3 fucking crew members on this boat. 3. Now, if they're going into the ocean, this is a problem. But I don't think they are, because...
Yeah, but... said dudes...
Actually, there's 4, because there's the random guy that the girls are checking out who gets shot.
And the son is kind of... He was supposed
Sort
to
of,
be,
but-
but yeah, that kind of fell through a little bit.
So Jason swims from the boat over to the other boat.
Jumps
Why
on the
he
anchor?
does that? He holds onto the... I don't know if he holds onto the rope.
Something going beside the boat he hangs
Yeah,
on
because
to.
if he climbs up in broad daylight, there's people on the dock who are going to see him doing this.
What the fuck's that guy?
The place looks like a booze cruise. You ever see a booze cruise? It's like a small boat. You just go around in circles in like a water area and drink. It's kind of like the Gateway Clipper almost.
That would be great.
That's what this seems like. But these people are packed like they're going to be on this boat for weeks. Like somebody brings their guitar with them. They're going from New Jersey to New York. I would think after the Titanic, most boats would have enough lifeboats for everybody, even like the little ones. This one has 1 lifeboat. It has less than the Titanic.
You have to have enough lifeboats for at
everybody.
least the people that are going to be occupying the fucking boat, I would think.
They don't. For most of the daytime that they're on this boat, you can see the shore. It's 10 feet from the fucking boat the entire time in the daytime. I don't know what body of water they're on. I can't figure out where they are. It doesn't make sense.
No. It's like they're cruising
They're just
6 feet off the fucking...
And most of the time, the boat's not even moving. It's
No.
sitting still. So how are they getting to New York? Or is this just a trip to be on a boat? You can't... The director tried to make an excuse that
I'm not sure. Were they headed to Manhattan? Or did it just end up that way because they found out Jason's murdering people, so we gotta fucking get off here? I think they were just out in the middle of the water for like a course.
I can't believe that they were going to New York.
I can't either. I think maybe they were having like a 6-month course out to sea.
The director
Maybe,
kept saying
you know...
in the commentary that he originally had 2/3 of the movie in New York and 1/3 on a boat. I don't think so. I think this script was them on a boat.
Yeah, it's mostly a boat.
And then they just threw New York in at the end.
And they dragged it out a lot longer than it needed to be so they could use that title, I think.
So this girl with the guitar,
Rockstar.
she's not even playing it. She's got a tape recorder. Why is she filming herself air guitaring?
Because it's awesome.
She thinks it is. She thinks it's hard. She's like, this could really use a music video down here.
But the music is great throughout this movie,
Yeah,
I have.
it's very 80s and it's pretty good. Why did she bring the guitar with her? You know what? We've went over this 1,000 times. We're never going to get an answer. We don't know where they were going or what they were doing or why they were there. So...
Because it's hard to believe that all these same people, or what classes are they taking out of this boat? Because you have a boxer, a sea captain's son, this girl, crazy
writer
girl that you don't like, and then
the prom queen who is a coke addict who isn't done with anything in her senior class. Her biology is done.
Are these high school kids or these college kids?
No. Because one kid's trying to get into a film school.
Yeah, maybe this is some like
private
little,
university.
Yeah,
or
a little
something.
college or something that.
So there's a storm, and they knew there was going to be a storm before they took off. Why'd they go? You could postpone this. You're only going to be on the water for one night. Pick a night that it's not going to storm.
Why are they only going to be in the water for one night though?
Because they're going from there to New York.
But do we assume that, or do
we think they're going to New York because they said they're going to New York. Now, we know that doesn't make sense, but we have to take them at face value here and say they're going to New York. So why they pick a stormy night to do it? Again, drive your fucking asses to New York.
Maybe everything's paid for. It's a little university. They can't, if they go back on it, they'll have to eat it.
That's
There's
true.
a lot of the time.
Like, everybody just risk your lives on this boat.
Yeah, Wes's bachelor party, we got out to Lake Erie, and he was a pussy and got sick, so we had to go back in. And we gave the guy money for, like, gas and the food and the fish that we were going to fish with and shit. So, yeah, maybe they had to, go that time or not. I don't know. It was fucking 89.
Okay, so she's down there air guitaring to herself, and Jason comes down and kills her, and I can see why, because she's not doing anything.
He kills her with her guitar, too.
But when he grabs the guitar off of her, there's feedback. It wasn't plugged into anything. It was a cassette tape. Where's the feedback coming from?
I have no idea.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. Rennie's got a blank piece of paper in front of her. She's not writing anything. And she's like, I need inspiration. And Jason's stalking around outside, walks up to a window. She sees Jason unmutated as a boy.
Yeah, because we find out later that he grabbed her underwater when her dickhead Uncle Charles threw her in because he said you need to learn how to fucking swim.
Yeah. That's so
stupid, yeah.
The dog runs out of the room when she sees it, and I'm like, dog see that? How did the dog see that? It was a hallucination.
Dogs can see and sense really evil things, can't they?
And then we cut to a boxing scene.
Those two girls are doing coke, too.
Yeah.
And main blonde girl and her Asian friend.
Kelly Hugh and other stuff. I don't know what, but
Kelly Hugh.
In a bunch of stuff. Look her up. But the boxers are boxing, and like these people are standing right. They're like putting their own faces in the middle of the fight. They're like, oh.
Yeah, and who are all these people? Because I don't see them later on the boat. Like,
no.
There's a bunch of people around this boxing ring that
there's
just
a lot of people on this boat.
Yeah.
And I start to wonder, did they drown? Did they freeze?
Nothing ever happened to the boat, though, did it? They all just got off, and it
sank.
It sank?
Yeah.
I thought it was just...
It was on fire, and I would have to assume that because it was on fire, it eventually... Who else were they going to drive the... Nobody there can drive the boat. Who's going to drive the boat?
Yeah, the son can.
He's not on it anymore. We'll get there. Hang on. Hit the brakes. Okay, so this other girl... The one girl, the blonde one, reminds me of Melissa. It's like her all over again.
Yeah.
It's a carbon copy.
It really
of her.
is.
She's hopped up on coke this time, so more fucking crazy. And they're doing coke, and Rennie runs into him and basically doesn't even give a shit. Rennie basically like, whatever, have fun.
And they're like, bitch.
You're gonna knock! So
Tattletale.
So this girl knocks Rennie into the water.
Later on,
No,
yeah. She's mad at her.
Oh, this is when the random guy walks by too. Random guy.
We also have Wayne the camera guy at some point.
Oh.
I have him showing up around this part.
If they're worried about getting caught, they should just do the coke in their room. I don't understand.
Oh, when she knocked Rennie off, Jason pulled her under in that scene too. A young Jason grabbed her leg again. Now what? If this just happened, Jason is no longer 12 years old. How did this character pull her under?
I don't...
Is she having crazy visions that young Jason is still real because of that? Must be.
Know. Jason kills a guy in the sauna room.
I like
this kill.
This is one of my favorites from when I was younger because this used to play on USA all the time, Part 8.
Yeah.
And this is the one I remember from a childhood. Great kill. Simple.
Originally, they were going to put darts in his eyes. That's why they had shown the dartboard later.
Oh, okay. I was like, where does he get those darts?
Yeah. But they just went with this, and it was good, but I'm starting to wonder, how is Jason picking his victims? Because there's a lot of people on this boat that he ignores.
And does this boat look like the type of boat that has its own sauna room?
No!
No, not at all.
It's got a dance hall, a sauna room.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And then, like, where the girl was playing the guitars, it's nothing but, like, coal furnace and stairs or steam pipes blowing, it's like what you would think the bottom of a boat would look like. A big giant boat.
Okay. So this is when...
And there's a bunch of rooms down that one hallway whenever the blonde girl looks out and sees Jason and she's trying to hide. There's a bunch of different doors there.
I don't know, the layout of this boat doesn't make any sense at all. It's so weird. It looks really compact, but also looks really huge.
Yeah, the boat doesn't look enormous at all, but there's a lot of space.
It's the TARDIS of boats. There you go.
You're the Tardness.
I'm the Tardness of podcasting, sure.
Maybe.
The Tardness. This girl pushes Rennie over the side of the boat, which makes her an attempted murderer. Because if they're on the ocean, which again, We have to assume they're on the ocean on a cruise ship, right?
I think.
You fall off a cruise ship, you're dead. You're dead.
She fell 20 feet to 30 feet.
Which is inconsistent with the size of this boat. But you're right, she didn't fall that far. So either the boat's bigger than we're supposed, or smaller than we're supposed to think it is.
That's like smacking.
Concrete.
Maybe not very hard, but it would hurt. She'd probably be concussed and knocked out.
Not only that, but if the boat's moving, which half the time it is and half the time it isn't, if it is moving, she's getting sucked under and getting chopped up. She's not going to make it. But she just kind of sits there. Plus, I can't imagine that water's warm. It's got to be fucking freezing.
Do we know what time of year it is?
It's supposed to be June. But I wouldn't say that it would make it that much warmer because it's still the Northeast.
Yeah, I went to Ocean City, Maryland in June, and the water was still cold.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 60-something, you know. Yeah, it doesn't heat up a whole lot.
She's fine. She gets back on the boat.
After young Jason pulls her under. Where was he at? This ain't Camp Crystal Lake anymore. He's just swimming out in the middle of the ocean.
Remember the last episode when you said this series was clever and I said it was too clever? This is way too clever. This is ridiculous. This guy thinks we're supposed to believe that Jason is the subconscious part of her, not allowing her to swim because he's pulling her leg every time she gets in the water.
That's pretty deep.
Too deep. Too deep.
For Friday the
13th.
Yeah.
Especially when it doesn't make sense.
That just wants my mind to blow.
And several times Jason grabs her in this movie and says, "Help me," while simultaneously trying to kill her. Like, okay, let's see. She walks down a hallway at some point. This might be ahead, but we'll just skip it if it is ahead. She walks down a hallway, goes to a mirror, and he comes out of the mirror and starts choking her.
Yeah, and he's got his arm around her fucking neck.
And he's like, "Help me." You're choking her! What do you want? Which one do you want? Is that what Jason's doing? Is that why he's killing people?
I'd have to just assume that Rennie is a crazy bitch that keeps seeing young Jason, and even though real Jason, old Jason, is here, she can't decipher between the two because she's a little off her rocker.
And then, what's his name? McCullough comes up when she's all soaking wet, and he's like, so literally what I wrote down, B-O-H, B-O-H, B-O-H. She doesn't do a very good job standing up for herself. Like, she's always getting pushed around by McCullough and just not helping anybody. And then the deckhand shows up, "You're all gonna die!"
The whole movie, he is like Crazy Ralph.
But he's more ridiculous, and I have that the blonde girl looks like she's 40 years old when she starts seducing McCullough. She looks good, but she
does look
old.
A little bit old. She's got her... Apparently she didn't do her anatomy assignment, and she comes... Charles, I have him, Mr. McCullough, comes in the room, and she's like, "I've got my project for you," and she's in, like, this black teddy, and she...
And by the way, you fail, because that's not where anything is.
And there's only, like, 4 things named on her whole body.
Stomach,
it's like...
and it points to her vagina. Like, no!
The stomach, the heart, and then, like...
So there's some ribs there.
Yeah,
I don't know what's on her neck. She's like, I don't know what this is.
This is where I breathe through.
Yeah.
My neck tube.
And it was all this ridiculous setup to get... Was it Wade?
Wayne, the camera guy.
Comes in and films them, but he only films him, McCullough, getting up and being like, "Get off me."
Yeah.
So it wouldn't do any good.
No. Well, but the door, I think he might have been out of the door when she kissed him.
He was kind of getting into it, and then he was
But
like,
even, I don't think McCullough would know the difference because he was getting seduced, so even if you only had that little minute clip, you could be like, "Hey, dude."
I'm just thinking to myself, it's just high school. All you have to do is a biology project. It takes 10 minutes. Why are you going to all this trouble?
Is it high school?
It's Melissa all over again.
Have we decided this is high school?
I think it's high school. It must be. It's Melissa all over again. She would have fucked that guy in the last one just to get that guy jealous.
Yeah. I think this girl was a little more attractive than the last one.
She looks better,
though.
yeah. But it's mostly because she's not wearing old man clothes.
And this one shows us her boobs a little bit, and the other one didn't at all.
Yeah.
That's
so,
plus.
I have written down again, where the hell are they?
I have the...
It's
this
storming,
is where...
they show the ocean. I'm like, when did they get to the ocean?
They have to be in the ocean. When they show the ship, it is just out in this vast area of water.
Yeah, so the captain's sad about his kid not wanting to be a captain of a boat. Then they kill a guy.
Now, does his son not want to be a captain, or was he nervous and forgot what to do when the dad was like...
I think he was just trying to make his dad happy, and his dad was being a dick.
Yeah, he's like, you forgot that. Yeah. And he was like, well, I was trying. Blonde girl.
Well, hang on.
Looks out. Not
First, he kills the guy on the deck, and then he kills. The
No,
captain.
he does not. No, I disagree.
Wait a minute.
After the
You're
Sonic
right.
kill, I think
I don't
the blonde
have anything
girl's
written
next.
down for her. Why don't I have anything written down for her?
She looks. For some reason, after Charles left, Wayne was like, "Hey, do you wanna get together sometime?" And she's like, "No, but thanks for the video." Whoop. And after they leave, she looks out her window and sees Jason coming out of one of these. There's at least 4 or 5 doors, I think.
He just room checks.
He's just like,
everything.
he's like, it's a Scooby-Doo episode. He's like, woo, I'm in this room, I'm out.
I see why I didn't know where I was, because I have 2 things written down for this scene. What is she doing, idiot? She listens, she sees him coming and like stops and she's like, I wonder. And she listens to the door. I'm like, what are you doing?
And then he punches through the door?
He punches through the door
and somehow...
Rather than try to get away, she's more interested in making sure that he doesn't see her naked.
But here,
real busy getting a towel.
The robe or towel gets knocked off, and we get to see her
moved.
as her head smashes a mirror.
You look at her, and you're like, man, she is 40 years old. And then he stabs her with a mirror, which I guess is supposed to be because, you do poke. Yeah, the writer is doing that. He is doing that kind of shit.
Wow. He's very clever.
Yeah, real clever. Okay, so now he goes up and kills the captain and
the driver of the boat.
Driver.
Yeah. 6 and 7.
2 very bad kills. One, Jason stabbing nothing, and the guy's going, ooh!
The captain gets his throat cut.
But the knife never touches his
Not
neck.
sure the knife touched his neck is what I have.
Yeah.
Not even close.
No, and it's in slow motion. Why is it in slow motion? What is this guy doing?
How do you miss the neck? It was an inch off. It missed by an inch.
It was the prosthetic was already cut before the knife even came around the neck. The knife never touches the neck.
That's
and
terrible.
He bends back, and I bet they did it regular, and it looked horrible. So they slowed it down, thinking it would help, but it only made things worse.
Oh my god, he missed the neck by. Oh, that's terrible.
So,
I hate to rag on my own series, but god damn.
So the captain's kid finds his dead dad, starts calling everybody up to the thing, right? But we only get 7 or 8 people to come up. Everyone else in the boat's like, fuck you.
Where were all these people that were at the boxing match?
They come up. They come up.
How many though?
There's like 3 or 4 of them come up.
But how many people were at the boxing
Probably
match?
6 or 7. There weren't that many.
I thought there were like 10.
But there were a lot of people on this boat. There were people at the beginning walking around. They're everywhere. Where are they?
Are they dead already? Are these off-screen kills that we're not accounting for?
It's either that or we're just supposed to forget that this boat had an entire graduating class on it, I guess. So he calls them all up there. McCullough's like,
He's such a dick.
Yeah. He tries calling the Coast Guard, and he gets a hold of them, but Jason correctly guesses which random antenna is the one that has the radio and cuts it at the exact right time.
Jason's no fool.
Jason's something, I'll tell you that. So I know what he does in his spare time now. He reads about nautical equipment.
You gotta get a grip on what's going on for his different environments, the woods, the fucking
And this is where
ocean.
the deckhand comes in and says a bunch of really cryptic stuff that doesn't make any sense. He goes, you guys are the last ones. The last what?
I have school is out.
School is out,
Does he
McCullough.
say that?
Yeah, Julia says that. But he's like, you guys are the last ones. Jason is here to get you. What are they the last of?
Well, if you go from 9, it's the last time that Jason was actually killing people as a body himself. No, they didn't know that, but look how good this series turns out. They just throw things at you.
If I were a writer of this movie and they were like, you have to tie the other ones in, I'd be like, I'd probably be going back, and every time I'd be like, oh, god damn it, how am I going to do that? Okay, so they send Rennie down to put the anchors down, and McCullough yells at her and says something about the storm, and I'm like, what does the storm have to do with it? Do either of you two know anything about boats at all? Does anybody know anything about boats at all?
Rennie drops anchor, and Charles is still a huge dick to her.
Yeah, he just keeps being a dick.
He is such a dick.
That guy's dad died, and he's trying to figure out how to get the boat to go, and he's like, come on, hurry up! I'm like,
such a dick. He's a relative, and he's still a huge dick. That's
if you were
terrible.
gonna pick teachers to go on your cruise, why would you pick him? Pick a different one. I'd be like, if I were the kids, I'd be like, don't let him.
I have
come
to
on this
assume like
cruise.
he's like a superintendent / teacher.
Yes.
Because he's got all. He thinks
Is
he
he a
has all the
biology
control.
teacher because he's trying to get the biology project?
I assume he's like George Feeney from Boy Meets World. And he just teaches these students every different subject.
Okay, so Kelly Hugh gets choked in the disco room.
This scene.
So dumb.
There's like, how many different entrances are there to this ballroom disco place?
This is when Jason starts teleporting and does not stop for the whole movie. He just goes on a teleporting rampage.
He runs through a door, she spins, and then he's right in
He's
front of her.
over here, he's over there. What is he doing? Like
he's
moving
doing
his
the
arms
shake.
and shaking.
He's doing the fucking mega shake.
So, chokes out Kelly Hugh, and then Wade is walking around with a camera for some reason.
Wayne. Is it Wayne or Wade?
I have Wade.
Look it up real quick.
Alright.
Is that,
Degrassi
you see how terrible that is? We were both watching this movie. We came up with 2 different character names.
Wayne. You're right.
Alright.
It is Wayne. Wayne's downstairs filming shit and walking around with a gun. His glasses fall off. He shoots the random guy that had no name that was on set twice. How did he get a part in this movie? That's what I want to know. He never says a word.
Nothing.
He gets shot, and Jason grabs Wayne and throws him on a control panel, and it explodes.
This doesn't make sense.
He's on fire, by the way, before he hits that control panel. So he must have thrown him at the speed of light or
There's
something.
no way that you could throw someone on a control panel and it would just...
Catch on fire.
Yeah.
He would hit it and it would hurt a lot.
This
That would
is
be
what
it.
I think would happen.
Okay.
When Jason threw him, he spontaneously combusted before he hit the control panel. And that's what happened.
Okay, so there's a fire and Jason's looking at the fire alarm. And he hits it. Why?
Because he's cautious and he wants to kill these
Wants to
people.
make
He doesn't want
sure-
the fire to kill these people. He wants to kill these people. Because he's been after...
But why is he letting them know that the fire's there? Is that to get him out of their room so he doesn't have to go room to room? Like he's been doing the whole movie and I assume killing everyone?
Maybe he wants to visit Manhattan.
Or maybe
He
he's like,
realizes
everybody,
they're
there's a
outside.
fire, get off the boat!
I'd like to save you now before I kill you.
Alright, and this is when we have some people, Julius and his friends, stalking around the boat looking for Jason. And one guy has an axe and swings it at Jason and really badly, loses it, climbs up a thing, and Jason teleports again. He's behind him, the guy runs, and all of a sudden he's in front of him. So then he climbs up this tower, gets about 3/4 of the way up the tower, and Jason, it shows him at the bottom of the tower, and cut to him at the top of the tower.
Which guy was that?
It was just some random guy. I don't even know if he had a name. He had a purple jacket on, and he had a Walkman, and he was Julius's friend, not somebody he
He
fought
gets
with.
killed.
Yeah, he gets thrown off.
I don't even
It happens
have
so
to.
quick, too. He gets thrown off of a ladder and lands on that radio signal that Jason ripped off earlier, and he's stuck on it, like sideways.
I thought that was Crazy Guy.
No, he has his throat slit.
You sure?
It's either that or he has like something stuck in him. I can't remember which.
I might have missed. I have Wayne as the 9th kill. Crazy Guy dead. Axe in the back.
Yeah, axe in the back. He gets an axe in the back. He doesn't get thrown off the ladder onto the radio.
I don't even have that kill down when I sat there and watched that.
It
That's
happens
terrible,
like this.
though.
And the only reason I knew it happened was because Julius walks around the corner with a gun and points it in the air, and he sees his friend on there. I'm like, when did that happen?
I remember that
And I was
completely.
watching
For
it.
some reason, I thought it was the Crazy Guy.
And I backed it up.
That's
and,
awful.
And there he was, and I'm like, wow, that happened so fast. And
He
then
didn't
I
even
see-
have a name, did he?
No, he had no name. No name. He just got thrown on the radio thing.
That's a shame.
And then he throws Julius overboard. And Julius swims beside the boat for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So,
Although he is the most athletic guy of the group, so maybe.
Could be.
Maybe.
This
He's
is-
a boxer who has to have good stamina.
They see Jason, the group of people that are left, and they get on a lifeboat, and the dog jumps over the... What happened here?
I have no idea what happened there.
Boy, this is some bad cuts. This is some bad filmmaking.
I had the Crazy Guy stab Chuck before he died. When
Yep.
they got in the lifeboat, it was I think that's when they were looking for Jason or something, and he
Mhm.
stabbed him out of nowhere.
But when it's all said and done, there are 6 people on a lifeboat, right? 1, 2,
Charles,
3, 4.
Sean, Remy,
Lady.
the teacher / aunt or whoever that is.
Yeah.
Julius.
There's 5 people on the lifeboat.
5 people.
Yeah, that's right. There's 5 people on a lifeboat and a dog when it's all said and done. So everyone else on this boat is dead. Has to be dead.
Has to be now at this point.
So Jason didn't kill like 16 or 7. He killed like 218 people in this movie. And not only that, now we get the impossibility of impossibility. Jason follows them to Manhattan. I don't know how long it would take to row a boat there.
What?
not
Why not
long,
just let them go and continue your saga another day? Why would
I
you
don't know
follow
why he
this
wants these
said
people.
group to Manhattan?
Because they're the last ones. Of what? So he follows them to New York. At first I thought maybe he did like a Robert De Niro and like laid underneath the boat and rode on it. But if that was the case, he could have got up and killed them. There was nowhere they could go.
That's
So
true.
did he swim? He can't swim. He can't swim.
He floated.
To the same dock as they're at? The same dock. Like he didn't float to another dock or...
This was only one random dock out in the middle of...
There's no other place for people to come in from New York City except this one dock.
Yeah, it
Which
must
just
have been
so happens
Ellis
to have
Island
a
or
hockey
something.
mask.
No shit, how about that? Show you that giant sign, huh?
And these are the kind of jokes that they try to throw at us in this gets to work. You want to think that this would be good because it'd be like fish out of water, but they aren't good jokes. They don't do anything with him. So they're walking and immediately are attacked by drug dealers.
Now not only is Jason here, but these fucking people that were shooting Mountain Dew early in the movie.
Oh my.
Rob them, take
Rennie,
Rennie.
and they're gonna have some heroin sex with her.
What the fuck?
So they inject her with this Mountain Dew heroin. But Jason shows up and saves her from rape.
Yeah, he's a good guy at this point. Now you're like,
For like a
"Oh,
second,
Jason,
and you're like,
so
why
cool."
are you doing this? Like the Jason I know would jam that needle through both of them.
Yeah, grab their heads.
Smack them together. So now they all meet back up, and
He killed those 2 guys, we should say.
Yeah, he
with
slams
one
one
with
into
a
a-
needle and one on like a pipe.
I didn't like that. The pipe I liked.
The pipe was good.
The needle was stupid looking.
Yeah, it didn't really do much. A needle
And
would be hard to
also-
kill somebody with.
I don't care if you're super strong or not. That's a long way to jam a tiny needle without it breaking. It's not talking about your strength. We're
Yeah.
talking about the needle. It would break. So now we're walking in New York, and Rennie is high on heroin,
We think.
and Julius is just jogging around.
What's he doing?
I don't know.
You know, why was Jason stalking him out of all the other people?
And how did he find him in New York?
It just so happens to see Julius.
New York is fucking
And
huge.
If you were Julius, wouldn't you rather take your chances sprinting somewhere than going up a ladder on top of a fucking roof where your only options?
First, he tries to call the police, and then
Oh, the phone booth.
and then he gets like interrupted by Jason in the phone booth and climbs the ladder.
But
Why didn't
still.
he run to the police station?
Run somewhere,
Yeah.
You can't go to the top of
But
a roof because
he's
you're
in
stuck.
one of the back alleys, which don't exist in New York. And he climbs up the building, and Jason goes, poof, and he's on the top of the building. And so they begin the best scene of the movie, the boxing match.
He gives him a hell of a fight.
Yeah, but he's punching a mask designed
Yeah, if that
to
mask,
stop
yeah,
pucks.
if that mask wasn't on, he might have had a fair chance.
I think so. Jason's like really starting to get wore out a little bit, but so's Julius. And
Yeah, by
he-
the end of it, you
got
see
bloody
he's punched him
knuckles.
like 30 punches to the edge, and he's got bloody knuckles. He's got
It's the
nothing
equivalent
left.
of Rocky hitting the meat, because that's probably exactly what it feels like. And he's like, give me your best shot. So he just picks him up and pops his head off.
Jason gives him a right hook, and his head goes flying into the alley and slams into a dumpster and shuts.
And we get a camera on the head as it rotates and falls into the garbage can. It's great. That's the kind of stuff we wanted in this. Why didn't we get this? This is all we got. So I think they all meet up eventually. Rennie stumbles out somewhere, and the 4 of them get back together, and they have a cop with them. And it looks like they're going to get away, but Jason materializes again and kills the cop. And
He might have came off the roof and found them.
they're going in different directions. That's what they're going.
How do you know?
If they were going in the same direction, they'd be with each other.
Yeah, but he had just killed Julius.
And then he climbed down off the building.
And then started...
And they happened to head towards the building?
Possibly. We don't know where they were headed.
I don't know where they are. This isn't New York. I don't know where they are. I still don't know where they are.
Manhattan.
They eventually get to Manhattan, but at this point, I still don't know where they are. And he kills the cop. I don't remember if he does it off screen or disappears, I think. Drags him away. Maybe he hits his head on a pipe too or something. I don't know.
I'm
But
not even sure.
Rennie is the one who's driving, which is the worst choice. I have 4 of them. And she sees another hallucination.
This is why I think this bitch is crazy. Why would you keep having all these? But this one is him as an adult, isn't it?
And it flashes to him as a boy. And all of a sudden now he's mutated, which he wasn't earlier. What's happening in this movie?
He had drowned.
He was mutated. 2 times she was attacked by him and he was regular.
Yeah.
Then she was attacked by him and he was mutated, and now it's really fucked up. And so she tries to hit this hallucination with the cop car and wrecks into the side of a building.
And it catches on fire.
She does hit Jason with the car. And it catches on fire, and for whatever reason, the teacher can't get out?
Teacher/aunt can't get out and gets exploded in the car.
So she killed her aunt. Teacher, whatever.
Yeah, whatever she may be.
So Rennie's a murderer. That's absolute murder. It's vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah, it's something. It has to be at least manslaughter.
And so Jason, of course, is fine. But this is when we get a flashback before he gets up of her uncle
throwing her in the water, making her trying to swim.
And Jason's under there, and now he's really fucked up again.
Yeah, he's on the form.
And he's pulling her leg. And here's the thing: if her uncle pulled her back up. What, did Jason just sink to the bottom?
Yeah, he just disappeared.
If not, if this was a hallucination, why did she pick him to hallucinate?
I have no idea.
I am
There's
so
a lot.
fucking
There's
lost.
a lot that gets lost in this movie, I feel.
I guess it's just so that it's a forced connection between the two. It does not work.
No, not very
Not
well.
at all. So now they're running again, and Jason gets a hold of Charles. He teleports again. Charles goes up into the 2nd story of a building. Jason looks up and sees him up there. And is all of a sudden ahead of him on the 2nd floor and throws him out.
Right out.
And then he's all of a sudden on the ground again, outside.
It puts him in one of those
dumps him in the toxic waste. Oh, man. Don't get it. Jason follows him down into the subway and they actually get on the train, which I thought you had to have a ticket to do.
And how are nobody else affected by him just walking through and shoving people out of the way?
They are just basically...
They're just like...
They're saying that this is what New York is like. Nobody fucking cares.
That's...
And nobody... unlike
God.
every other person in the movies that I've seen, nobody knows who Jason is or is afraid of him just because he's there. Like, other people are like, oh, and they run immediately when they see him.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't know anything, I'd be like, what the fuck is this guy's deal?
Yeah, I wouldn't be, if he elbowed me on the subway, I'd be like, hey, dude.
And then you're dead.
Would he stop to kill me, though? In front of these...
He might take his mask off and scare you away. Like, oh my goodness.
Have we even got to that yet?
No, we haven't.
No.
They aren't in Times Square yet. They're still on a subway. And so they're walking and they hit the emergency brake. And someone yells out, is this my stop?
I feel like they get so much trouble for hitting that emergency brake.
Oh my goodness. Jason gets off the subway. He knows his way around New York pretty well. And he gets, like, thrown into some electric rails. I don't know what
on the
that
track.
was about.
Yeah, it was, I don't know what it was.
Whatever, and they leave him there.
They were like electrocution, though, in the late 80s.
And then they come up out of the subway and they're in Times Square, which is funny because subways don't drop people off at Times Square.
I thought this was over at this point. You know, they come out and they're like, oh, and I was like, how long has it been? I didn't time check, but I was like,
I know, I've seen it enough, I know.
Is it over? Not yet.
They're walking and Jason's just standing in Times Square, just standing there.
Nobody has a problem with this guy dripping water.
And he's in the middle of the fucking road.
The back of his head looks like it's not human. Not even close. It's like, if this guy was standing there, I would have a problem.
Hey, the city's got mutant turtles, so, this is nothing to them.
What a fucking terrible city. I would never live there.
So then we start running, and you think maybe they're going to start doing some stuff that makes Jason run around New York or something, but no, they go into a diner and try to get help, and the guy who would later play Jason is there, Ken Kersinger.
Yeah, from Freddy vs. Jason,
they're like,
which we're going to watch.
Yeah, we need a phone. Broke. Welcome to New York. You asshole.
Yeah, no company, I don't care what business you are, you don't have a phone that's broke.
Yeah.
You gotta have something up and running.
I forgot to mention this. At the beginning of the movie, that lady is shown in that little montage at the beginning. And there's like a crazy old lady sitting there, and she's got a cup of coffee, and she points at the cup, right? So the lady's like, okay, and she pours coffee in, and then starts to walk away, and the old lady starts pointing at the cup again. And she just ignores her and walks away. After Jason throws Ken Kersinger, he then walks right by the waitress, and I'm like, is he like literally focused in on, does he have like an actual goal here?
He has to have a goal because the people that he kills are so random.
If you're in New York and you're Jason, God, it's like heaven.
Yeah.
There's people everywhere. And we did skip when he kicked over the boombox. Did you think that was funny? When I was 8, I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, he shows his face to these guys and they're like,
Or they run away. They then decide they're going to go back down into the sewer to go get the turtles' help.
Yeah, why are they going in the sewer?
That's why. They're like, we got to get the turtles. They'll help us. And
Leonardo
that must
leads.
be what the fucking director thought New York sewers were like, filled with toxic waste.
Every one of them.
Because this guy is down there. Okay, what he says baffles me because he's saying it in the sewer, meaning he's down there knowing this happens.
I believe what's under New York City is
Sewage.
ooze, isn't it? From that pink slime from Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, negative energy forming into slime.
There is some bad shit going on.
Well, this worker tells them they need to get out because every night the sewer floods with toxic waste.
That can't happen, can it?
No.
And where does it go if that's true?
I don't know.
To the
Not
ocean?
only where does it go, but like, wouldn't the people up above be in danger? Wouldn't the whole city be in danger?
If fumes leaking out, yeah.
That's why they clean the pipes. That means there's acid and toxic waste in your pipes.
That's a bad situation to be in.
And then they also have barrels of toxic waste just laying around.
That's bad.
There's no poop down there though. There's no poop. There's no water. So this one worker is down there. He's trying to get them out, and he gets jumped for one last kill. But it's off screen. It's just some blood splattering.
Kills him with a wrench. Yeah.
And Rennie looking like she's not sure which camera to look at. She's like, oh, oh, oh. So Sean gets knocked out, and Jason's about to kill him, and Rennie's like, you didn't get me in the lake, and you're not gonna get me now. And Jason just leaves Sean there. Because apparently he's buying into this whole I have a connection with you thing. How would he know how many people and what people he tried to drown in the past?
He would have no idea whatsoever.
So he starts chasing her, and she opens up a can of toxic waste and throws it on him, and it doesn't burn her. It doesn't get any on her.
No, nothing.
That would burn that can had to be like 10,000 degrees. It had to be so
bad.
hot. And she throws it on him and melts his face, and he looks like, I don't even know.
It's hard to. It's a
so
brown.
bad.
It's a brown mush of like skeleton head and a few teeth,
that I
maybe.
am ashamed to tell. Ashamed. But I might as well tell the listeners. When I was like 4, I saw one of these. I saw part 4 as a kid, and the part that I was watching it not understanding what was going on, but what scared me was Jason's face, and it stuck with me until I was like, I literally didn't see these movies till I was like 13. It stuck with me, and all I could remember was being ultra scared and not wanting to see his face ever again. And I was watching this with my friends. This one is the one I chose to go back on.
Ooh.
And the mask comes off, and I hid my face, and my friends saw me, and they're like, what the fuck? I had no idea what I was hiding from. I was hiding from this God-for-fucking-sake thing. Like, I can't even, I'm so embarrassed.
You should be embarrassed a little bit.
They'd never let me go for that. They're like, it looked like melting marshmallows or something.
Yeah, it's not good.
No. I guess it's because the toxic waste messed with it, but...
I don't know, but...
He starts screaming, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, you could do so much with that face, too.
If you melt it, it's giving you an opportunity to do something.
You know what face that was kind of... Tarman from Return of the Living Dead was a great visual.
It would have been better than this. He just looks pale and helpless.
Yeah, it's stupid.
And the rest of the movie he spends walking around like a drunk. And so they're trying to get out, and he catches them, and then you hear, like, the sewers start to shake, and Jason talks and says, Mommy! and starts throwing up on himself.
Yeah.
And then the toxic waste comes and washes him off the ladder. And now he doesn't touch them at all.
And doesn't he turn into a naked boy at this point?
When it washes away to where it must suck back up into nowhere, it washes away and he's sitting there and he's a boy in swimming trunks. And he's just a regular boy again. What happened? I want to know. You tell me what happened right now.
I cannot explain what happened at the end of this movie. If this was Rennie seeing young Jason finally disappearing from her consciousness, I don't know. But
God,
if you follow the series, you know that Jason died in 1950 or 60, 58, I think. I don't know when it, but he was, 10 or 11 then. How was he pulling her under? How does she know him as a child?
She would be 50!
Yeah! She was not around back then. She was at the earliest, she's what, 17 at 1989.
Yeah, that would be 1972 she was born.
Yeah. She doesn't have a clue of young Jason.
Like 21, 22 years old. He would be hillbilly Jason pulling her under the water.
That's right, from part 2, with his Levi straps on.
You asshole writer. Can't you do math? Can't you do math?
A little, yeah, you just gotta get, there's little subtle points that just miss out.
And then also the Statue of Liberty gets struck by lightning.
What? Why would you throw that terrible effect in at the end?
It has nothing to do with anything. And then they get out of the sewer and the dog's alive. And I forgot the dog was even in the movie. And that's it.
Was it with them in the city and it just disappeared after?
The rapist tried to get it and it ran away. And then they do like a point of view camera that's supposed to make you think it's Jason. Which, if they would have brought him back after, turning him into a boy, I would have thrown up all over myself in anger.
There was too many things going on with him, little boy Jason, with this girl that just didn't make sense because he wasn't little boy Jason whenever she would have ever been around.
Right. Alright, so what do you give this one?
I still give it a 5. I'm going to give it a mediocre 5. It had boobs. It was a slasher. It had Jason doing things that he probably shouldn't have been able to do, and that's probably my biggest beef with it. You can't go from here to there in said time. What if horror movies could just elapse, do something where they're not killing 8 people in the span of 6 minutes from 3 miles here to 3 miles there, it would be better. Somebody needs to do that. I don't know who, I don't know when, where, why, because everything just keeps getting remade. No one comes up with a natural idea anymore. But this one was just your typical slasher. In the series, it's not one of the better ones. It's one of the worst ones because of this. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me, just about a 5.
Alright, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it better than the last one. This is much better than the other one, but I still don't think it's very good. This one showed some good kills. The head, decapitation, the boxing, the coals in the chest was really good.
That was a subtle, nice kill.
There was some good kills in this. The toxic waste made me laugh when he dumped the guy in the toxic waste. It's enjoyable enough, but it's just lacking the things the other ones have, and plus, this one goes the opposite direction of the last one. The last one didn't even try to have a story. This one tries, and it's so fucking dumb.
Too bad. Yeah, it's so bad.
The biggest sin of this movie is that it may have partially been responsible for the new one, because as you were saying, he's going from place to place. How's he doing that? I have an idea. He's using underground tunnels, and he lives in a school bus. Fuck you!
That new one is so bad.
Yeah.
It's so
It's going to be the
bad.
last one we do, I think.
Yeah, and it's going to get the worst rating. Jason is not...
He's none of the things they make him in that. Nothing.
Nothing. In the first 15 minutes of that movie were like... The opening scene was like, yeah, this is good. They drink PBR and love PBR. That's very American. Red, white, and blue can.
Okay, this one, you wanted kills. It had some good and some really piss poor.
But how many slasher movies have we reviewed that have over 10 kills? Hardly any so far.
Right.
And these both have produced...
They're always out to get at least 13.
Yeah, they have produced a bunch of kills, which is good for slasher.
This one had 218 deaths. So...
Jason Voorhees sucked more people than the Titanic iceberg did.
Yep, that's right. So, yeah, this one gets a 4. And we're going on to some You don't think so, but I think some much better ones coming up. Next month we'll be doing...
Plot-wise.
Next month we'll be doing Jason Goes to Hell, which I really like and you don't. And then, what's the other one we're going to be doing? Freddy vs. Jason.
We're going to throw Jason X in there, too, if we can.
Yeah, we'll flood you with a whole bunch. We're going to say...
Plus, we also have The Ugly, The Mist, and Night of the Creeps.
The next 3 episodes are going to be, and we'll figure out what order, The Ugly, The Mist, and Night of the Creeps. So, that'll be fun.
3 very different type of movies.
I think I might even read The Mist, because I know you won't. But
I don't know how to read, John.
But that'll be fun. Do some more Stephen King love on this show.
Always.
So,
Stephen King is one of the best.
Make sure to check us out on Stitcher.com. It's probably the best sounding that we have of our episodes. But if you don't want to go there, you can go to Podomatic.com. We're always on iTunes if you want to download us there. Be sure to leave a review. Give us a nice old 5-star rating.
Yeah, we need to know what you people think.
We need some feedback, guys. Give us some feedback. You can send us emails at horrorcastings@gmail.com. You can go to Facebook, like the page, /horrorcasting. Share the page, share the show, comment on it, vote for our horror picks. Follow us on Twitter at horrorcasting. Did I forget anything? There's so much.
Oh, man. I don't even know.
I think that's all of it. So, alright, we'll see you next week with one of those 3 movies I said earlier, whatever the hell I said.